Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back to another deep dive. I am your host, Uncle Ray, and I have to admit something right off the bat today. Well, woke up this morning, looked at my calendar, looked at my to-do list, and I just felt, heavy. You know that feeling? You're running on the treadmill of life, the incline is set to max, you're sweating, but when you look down, you haven't actually moved an inch. You're working so hard, but you're just staying in the same place.
Oh, I know that feeling all too well. It's the modern condition, really. We call it high effort, low traction, and it is so frustrating.
High effort, low traction. That is exactly it. And that is why I am so pumped for today's session. I'm here with my partner, the data diver herself, Susanna. Welcome back.
Thank you, Uncle Ray. It is always a pleasure to be here.
Now, before we get into the meat of it, let's just remind everyone where they are. You are listening to the Atomic Growth Team. And Susanna, for any new listeners, what is our mission here?
Our mission is simple, but it's not always easy to execute. We are here to help you become 1% better every day. Not 100% better overnight, because that's just impossible, but 1% every single day.
That's right. We are the Atomic Growth Team. Small atoms, massive reactions. And today, we are looking east. We are looking at a country that is, well, it's a massive paradox to the Western mind. Japan.
It really is.
I mean, think about it, Susanna. It's a country with some of the longest life expectancies on the planet, incredibly low obesity rates. They're an economic juggernaut. But, and this is the kicker, they didn't get there by taking these giant, dramatic, risky leaps.
No, not at all. They didn't move fast and break things. We often look for the magic bullet or the overnight success story. We want the lottery win. But the Japanese secret to everything, success, health, wealth, it's built on these tiny, almost invisible habits. So today, we're stripping away all the complexity of the self-help industry. We're going to look at the micro habits of Japan. Ancient philosophies, modern practices that, interestingly enough, require almost zero willpower.
Zero willpower.
But they deliver massive results over time.
Okay, now, Susanna, you know me. I'm a bit of a skeptic. When I hear zero willpower, my brain immediately thinks, scam.
Yeah.
We're taught that pain equals gain, right?
Right. No pain, no gain.
If it doesn't hurt, it's not working. Are you telling me that's wrong?
I'm saying it's inefficient. That no pain, no gain mentality, it relies on motivation. And motivation is, it's a fluctuating resource. It's like the weather.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes sunny, sometimes stormy.
Exactly. You can't build a house on the weather. You need a foundation. The Japanese methods we're looking at today don't rely on how you feel. They rely on system design.
Okay, I'm listening. We're going to talk about sleeping less, but waking up fresher, saving money just by using a pen. And I still can't believe this one. Why cleaning your toilet might actually make you rich.
It sounds strange, doesn't it? But the psychology behind it is actually quite profound.
I am ready to unpack this. My coffee is brewed. Let's get into it. Where do we start, Susanna? What's the bedrock here?
Everything we're going to talk about today rests on one single concept. If you understand this, you understand everything. It's called Kaizen.
Kaizen. Okay, I've heard this term in corporate boardrooms, usually from a consultant who charges way too much money.
Right.
But what does it actually mean for us, for regular folks?
So literally translated, Kai means change and Zen means good. Good change. But the philosophy is really about continuous improvement. But Ray, the key here isn't just the improvement, it's the scale of it.
The scale?
Yeah. It's about making improvements that are so small, they're almost invisible.
Invisible improvement. That sounds counterintuitive. Don't we want big, flashy improvements?
We think we do.
Like I lost 30 pounds in a month. That's what gets the likes on social media.
That's the Western innovation mentality. We love the big breakthrough. But let's look at the biology of that. When you say, I'm going to go to the gym for 2 hours every day starting January 1st, what happens in your brain?
My brain says, that sounds awful. Let's watch TV instead.
It's deeper than that, actually. Your amygdala, that's the part of the brain for fight or flight, it perceives that massive change as a threat.
A threat.
A threat to your safety, your normal state. So your brain actually produces fear and resistance. That's why you feel that physical heaviness.
So my laziness is really just a survival mechanism.
In a way, yes. Your brain is trying to protect you. Kaizen bypasses that fear response entirely.
Sneaks past the guard dog.
Exactly. It flies under the radar. The classic example is fitness. Ray, if you wanted to get in shape using the Kaizen method, what would you do?
Well, the old me would buy the expensive shoes, the membership. But the Kaizen me, maybe. Walk for 10 minutes.
Even smaller.
Smaller.
You commit to doing one push-up.
One. Just one. Susanna, come on.
Yeah.
One push-up isn't going to do anything. That's useless.
Is it? Let's think about the mechanism. The goal of the one push-up isn't to build muscle. Not yet. The goal is to build the neural pathway of the habit. The hardest part of working out isn't the exercise itself.
No, it's getting down on the floor.
It's the decision to start. Exactly. It's getting off the couch.
It feels like lifting a car sometimes.
Right. So if the goal is just one push-up, you can't say no. It takes zero willpower. You can do it in your pajamas. But here's the trick. Once you're down on the floor to do one, what usually happens?
Well, I'm already down there. I'd feel a bit silly just doing one, so I might as well do, 5
Yeah.
or 10.
Precisely. You've broken the seal, you've overcome the inertia, and even if you only do one, you've kept the streak alive. You're reinforcing the identity of, I am a person who exercises every day.
It's about consistency over intensity. I like
Right.
that. But does this actually scale? You mentioned this drove the Japanese economy. How does one push-up build a car?
Let's look at Toyota. In the mid-20th century, American car companies operated on innovation, big leaps, new models.
Right.
Toyota didn't have the resources for that. So they implemented the Kaizen system on the assembly line. Every single employee was empowered to stop the line if they saw a tiny inefficiency.
Stopping the whole line? That sounds expensive.
It was risky,
Yeah.
but they encouraged suggestions for improvement. And we're talking about tiny things. Things like, if I move this wrench bin 2 centimeters to the left, I save half a second reaching for it.
Half a second. That seems trivial.
It is trivial
Yeah.
once, but multiply half a second by 5,000 cars a day, by 365 days a year.
Whoa.
Suddenly, you're saving thousands of hours, reducing fatigue, reducing errors. Toyota received millions of these tiny suggestions. The compound interest of those millions of tiny improvements made them the most efficient manufacturer in the world.
That's the atomic growth philosophy in a nutshell.
Yeah.
1% better.
Mm-hmm.
If you improve 1% every day, mathematically, by the end of the year, you are 37 times better.
And if you get 1% worse, you drop to almost zero. The direction matters more than the speed.
I love this because it's lazy-proof. It tricks your brain. But let's pivot, Susanna. You can have the best habits, but if you don't have the energy, you're dead in the water. I want to talk about vitality. The outline mentions a concept, Hara Hachi Bu.
Yes. This comes from Okinawa. Are you familiar with the blue zones?
Yeah, those are the spots where people live to be over 100 at crazy high rates, right?
Yeah.
Okinawa is one of them.
Correct. And they have a cultural practice with their meals.
Yeah.
That is, well, it's radically different from ours. Hara Hachi Bu. It means roughly eat until you are 80% full.
80%. Susanna, I was raised in the Clean Plate Club. You eat till the plate's empty, then you unbutton your pants and groan. That's how you know the meal was good.
And that is exactly why we suffer from the post-lunch slump, the food coma. It's a biological system failure. Here's the science, Ray. There is a significant delay between your stomach and your brain.
A delay, like a bad internet connection.
Exactly like that. Your stomach has stretch receptors. When it fills up, it sends a signal to the brain saying, I'm full. But that process takes about 15 to 20 minutes.
20 minutes. So I could be eating for 20 minutes thinking I'm still hungry, but my stomach is actually screaming, stop!
Precisely. If you eat until you feel 100% full at the table, you've actually overshot the mark by about 20%. That extra food requires massive amounts of energy to digest. Your body diverts blood from your brain to your gut.
And that's the brain fog. That's why I want to nap at 2 p.m.
That's it. So by stopping at 80%, when you feel satisfied but could, eat a few more bites, you're actually landing the plane perfectly.
But how do I know what 80% feels like? That seems so subjective.
It takes practice. The cue is usually when you're no longer feeling that urgent hunger, but you don't feel pressure yet. It's stopping when the food stops tasting amazing and just starts tasting good.
The diminishing returns of flavor. I like that.
And the long-term benefits are huge. It reduces oxidative stress. It promotes autophagy. You basically age slower.
Okay, Kaizen for the stomach. I get it. Now, what about the other pillar of energy? Sleep. I have this stereotype of the Japanese salaryman working 18 hours a day, sleeping on the subway. Is that really a model for health?
The work culture can be intense, yes. But because their time for sleep is so limited, they've absolutely mastered the quality of sleep. They have sleep hacks we can all learn from.
Give me the axe. How do I sleep like a samurai?
The first one is the Ofuro, or the evening hot bath. In the West, we shower in the morning to wake up.
Right.
In Japan, the bath is a nightly ritual to wind down. But it's not just about relaxation, it's about thermoregulation.
Thermoregulation. Okay, break that down for me.
Your body's internal clock is tied to temperature. To fall into deep sleep, your core body temperature needs to drop.
But wait, a hot bath makes you hot. Isn't it the opposite of what you want?
Ugh, that's the hack. You take a hot bath about 90 minutes before bed. It raises your core temperature. But as soon as you get out, your body aggressively tries to cool down. It dumps heat. That rapid drop in core temperature acts like a biological trigger. It tells your brain to release melatonin.
So you're basically manually overriding your body's thermostat to force a sleep signal.
Exactly. It's like hitting a shutdown button. You combine that with a cool room around 60 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, and you get into deep restorative sleep much faster.
Okay, hot bath, cold room. What about equipment? I saw a note here about a Sobakawa pillow made of buckwheat.
Yes, Western pillows are often soft, fluffy foam. We think soft means comfortable. But the Sobakawa pillow is filled with buckwheat hulls. It's firm. It even sounds crunchy.
Sleeping on a bag of seeds doesn't sound very luxurious, Susanna.
It's not about luxury. It's about alignment. A soft pillow collapses under your weight, which can kink your neck and block your airway.
Which leads to snoring.
Snoring, poor oxygenation. The buckwheat pillow molds to the shape of your head and then locks in place. It keeps your spine perfectly straight and lets air circulate.
Function over form. Support over softness. Okay, now what about that subway sleeping? Is that just exhaustion?
It's a cultural concept called Inemuri. It translates to sleeping while present.
Sleeping while present.
Yeah.
And sounds like an oxymoron.
In the West, if you fall asleep in a meeting, it's seen as lazy or rude. In Japan, Inemuri is socially accepted. It's viewed as a sign of diligence, proof that you're working so hard you need a strategic recharge.
So it's seen as a badge of honor, in a way.
It is, but the lesson for us is the power of the power nap. Don't fight fatigue with more caffeine. A 20-minute nap can reset your focus. It's a tool, not a weakness.
Strategic recovery. I like that. Okay, so we've got the body covered. Food, sleep, movement. But we need to talk about the mind. Because you can have six-pack abs and a full bank account. But if your mind is a mess, you aren't successful.
Not at all.
The outline mentions some beautiful, almost poetic words here. Let's start with wabi-sabi.
This is my favorite concept, Ray. In this age of Instagram, where everything is filtered and perfect, wabi-sabi is the antidote we all need. It's the acceptance of transience and imperfection.
The acceptance of imperfection. That sounds nice, but it's hard when we're just bombarded with images of perfection all day.
It is hard, but wabi-sabi teaches us that beauty is found in things that are impermanent, incomplete, and imperfect. A weathered wooden table is more beautiful than a new plastic one because it has a history. It's lived.
It is character.
Exactly. And we can apply this to ourselves. A wrinkle isn't a flaw. It's a map of your smiles. It's proof of life.
That is so freeing. It shifts the focus from what is broken to what is real.
And this links directly to the art of Kintsugi. Have you seen that?
That's a pottery, right, where they fix broken bowls with gold.
Yes. When a precious piece of pottery breaks, our Western mindset is to, throw it away or try to hide the cracks. The Kintsugi master uses a special lacquer mixed with powdered gold to rejoin the pieces.
So the cracks become the most visible, most beautiful part of the object.
That is the metaphor. The object is considered more beautiful for having been broken.
Wow. That hits home. We all have cracks. We've all had failures, and we try so hard to hide them.
We do.
But Kintsugi says, no, paint your scars gold.
Your resilience is your gold. The fact that you broke and put yourself back together makes you unique, stronger. It's a celebration of survival.
I think everyone listening needs to hear that.
Exactly.
Now, there's another mindset tool here, Gaman. This one sounds a bit tougher.
It is. Gaman translates to enduring the seemingly unbearable with patience and dignity.
So it's sucking it up.
It's more nuanced than that. In the West, we often vent. We complain, this traffic is awful, my boss is a jerk. Gaman is about emotional maturity. It's acknowledging that a situation is bad, but choosing not to let it destroy your composure. It's perseverance.
Okay, and how does this apply to our wallets?
Impulse control. We live in an instant gratification society. I want it, I click it, it's here tomorrow.
Guilty. I bought a kayak last week. I don't even live near water.
That is a perfect example. A practical application of Gaman is the 30-day rule.
Right.
If you see something you want, like a kayak, you don't buy it, you write it down, and you wait 30 days.
And just sit with the urge.
You endure the want, you use Gaman, and usually after 30 days, the dopamine rush has faded, and you realize you never really needed it.
That's a perfect segue. Let's talk about money. Let's talk about Kakeibo.
Kakeibo, the household financial ledger. The rule is simple, but it feels so radical today. You must write your expenses down by hand.
By hand. In a notebook. Susanna, my app tracks everything automatically. It makes pretty pie charts for me. Why would I go backward?
Because automation breeds unconsciousness. When you tap your phone to pay, what do you feel?
Nothing. It's frictionless.
Exactly. There's no pain of paying. Digital payments feel like a game.
It's monopoly money until the bill comes in.
Kakeibo reintroduces that friction. When you have to sit down at the end of the day and physically write, coffee, $6.50, your brain processes the loss. You confront the choice.
So the notebook forces me to be mindful.
Yes. And Kakeibo isn't just a list. It asks 4 questions. How much money do I have? How much do I want to save? How much am I spending? And the most important one, how can I improve?
It's Kaizen for your wallet, that feedback loop.
Exactly. Studies show Kakeibo users often cut spending by 15 to 20% just from the awareness. No strict budget, just awareness.
Wow. A 15% raise just by buying a notebook. I'm starting that tonight.
Good.
Okay, body, mind, money. Now, for the part that I think is going to surprise people the most, the secret to success for so many leaders in Japan is cleaning the toilet.
I know. Sounds like a chore, not a success secret.
Explain this to me. Why were the founders of Honda and Panasonic obsessed with scrubbing toilets?
It's about humility and polishing the spirit. The founder of Panasonic believed it was a spiritual practice.
A spiritual practice. To me, it's just gross.
Think about it. It's the dirtiest place. If you are willing to get down and clean the dirtiest place until it sparkles, you cultivate a deeply humble mind. You prove to yourself that no job is beneath you.
If you can clean the toilet, you can run the company.
Exactly. And there's a practical side. If you notice the small stains in a toilet, you train your eye to notice small details everywhere. In business, that is invaluable.
Okay, I see it. It's the micro habit again. It's not about cleaning the whole house.
Right. It's the 5-minute tidy. Just clean the toilet. Or just organize your shoes at the entrance.
Oh, the shoes.
Oh.
The Genkan. I noticed this when I visited Japan. Every entryway is pristine.
Yes, the entryway is the face of the home. You align your shoes neatly, pointing towards the door.
Why towards the door?
So you're ready to step out into the world, but psychologically, it reduces mental clutter. If you walk in and see a pile of messy shoes, your brain registers chaos. You feel stress. If you see order, you feel calm.
You're being kind to your future self.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay, last one. Let's talk about time. The 10 minutes early rule.
Right. If a meeting starts at 9 and you arrive at 9, in Japan, you are considered late.
That's tough.
But think about it. If you arrive right on time, you're rushing, you're unsettled. Your cortisol is spiking. Being 10 minutes early is a stress reduction strategy. It gives you a buffer. You arrive calm, you settle in, you have the advantage.
It all comes back to preparation. Laying out your clothes, checking your schedule the night before.
Yes, it reduces decision fatigue.
Yeah.
You save your best energy for your most important work.
All these habits, they all seem to connect.
They do. They're all just tools, really. Infrastructure.
Infrastructure for what?
For the final and most important concept, Ikigai.
Your reason for being.
Your reason for waking up in the morning. Often we have bad habits because we have a void. We're bored or unfulfilled. If you find your Ikigai, that intersection of what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for, you just have less time for the bad stuff.
The best defense is a good offense. Find something you love so much, the bad habits just fall away.
Precisely. All these micro habits, they build the platform so you can pursue your Ikigai without being weighed down.
That is the why. That's the fuel. Susanna, this has been a massive download of information. Let's do a quick recap.
Let's do it. 1, Kaizen, the 1% rule. Just do 1 push-up.
2, Hara Hachi Bu. Eat until you're 80% full.
3, Wabi-sabi and Kintsugi. Embrace your imperfections. Your scars are gold.
And 4, Kakeibo. Write down your spending by hand to build awareness and wealth.
And finally, don't forget your Ikigai.
Find your purpose. Okay, before we go, I have one challenge for our listeners. The Atomic Growth Challenge.
What's the challenge, Uncle Ray?
Don't do everything we just talked about.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is the anti-Kaizen way. You'll burn out in a day. So pick one. Just one. Maybe today you just line up your shoes. Maybe tonight you stop eating just before you're stuffed. Pick one and stick to it for a week.
That is the path. Consistency over intensity. Small shifts for a massive life upgrade.
Susanna, thank you so much for guiding us through this. I feel calmer and richer already.
It was my pleasure, Uncle Ray. Remember, the goal isn't to be perfect.
It's to be 1% better.
Exactly.
This has been Uncle Ray.
And Susanna.
For the Atomic Growth Team. Go out there, find your Kaizen, and we'll see you in the next deep dive.